At the moment, doubting demons on their way. Never I have made ever is coming into play. Is here and now today.
Yes, friends, welcome back to the Unbox Me Today show, and I appreciate all of you. You got to ring the victory bell for being here and being so amazing, because this is the moment where we get to introduce my next amazing guest. So let me tell you all about her. Her name is Emily Manternach. I hope I said it right. Emily became certified to teach yoga in 2017 and has continued with her journey into multiple types of yoga. She became certified in wellness counseling through through Ayurveda, Sister Science to Yoga in 2022, and as a life coach in 2024. You may find more about her on her site, and I will put that link down below, on Facebook or on Instagram as M Body and Mind, or as Enjoy and Encourage. She has the brain of an engineer to problem solve and the heart of a yogi, living her best life as a self-actualist. An active and full-hearted individual, Emily wants to live life fully and bring peace into the world. Wow. Well, what more could we want? So without any further delay, let's welcome the one, the only, the one who walked uphill to school both ways in the snow, barefoot, Emily Manternach.
Yeah.
There you are, Emily. Welcome to the show. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for having me on, Raj. I appreciate it.
Of course, of course. It is my pleasure. And if you want a pleasure too, click the link down below and facebook.com start StreamYard, hit accept. That way you can leave comments on the live. So let's just dive right in and just talk right about this. So now, Emily, you and I met not too long ago, and I remember being you being referred by somebody else. I think it was Lori, and so we had a good time with her on the show. Now it's your turn, and oh my God, I can't wait to do this. So now, this journey always starts with, why did you start this? So like, what brought you into entrepreneurship? Why did you start?
So I was a chemical engineer in the
Mm-hmm.
energy industry and was working quite a bit. I was realizing that I was missing out on some other things in my life. Yoga
Mm-hmm.
had been there for years and years. So I checked in with family. They really didn't have much going on and wanted to be more available for other things inside my life. And I
Yep.
knew by getting trained and setting up a class every week, at least one, that was a commitment and I had to be there. The students wouldn't show up. So that was my first into being an entrepreneur. I got certified to teach yoga in
Mm-hmm.
2017 and it was a wonderful time.
Yep.
It was a beautiful thing. I was able to dedicate and focus on the time. And then
Mm-hmm.
it's just flourished since then. So I continued until about 2024
Yeah.
when I went out on my own and I'm now doing life coaching and this is my life. It's a beautiful
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Oh, love it, love it. So what is it that you do to transcend, and what does that mean? So for the audience, so make sure they know what that means as well.
Yeah. So transcend is we take our soul flight and
Mm-hmm.
we go through and we check in. So we've got to be able to figure out, okay, do we need any food, water, shelter, things like that? That's kind of at the bottom, almost like Maslow's hierarchy. It's
Right.
almost like those things have to be taken care of. Then we can take care of our other needs. Are we fulfilling a purpose?
Mm-hmm.
Are we happy? Are we healthy in other ways? We're able to move the body and not have any pain or other things like that. And then we are able to self actualize. We feel good about that. We feel like our purpose and we're living our purpose is very true. And then we're connected to spirit through meditation and prayer. And with that, we feel this sense of fulfillment and happiness that we may not be able to get in our day to day. And that's when we transcend. Once we've got the other things taken care of, we feel happy, healthy, and we're self actualized, then we can transcend and really connect to spirit, feel on the spiritual realm and consciousness.
Mm-hmm. That's beautiful. So you've gone through this journey yourself. So like, how did you find the peace within?
Yes. So for me, it was a lot of work, really. I mean, for
Hmm.
anybody, ultimately,
Oh
it's
yeah.
a process. And part of that is self discovery. So it's learning a little bit. I was always interested in learning about a number of things. Learning is a lifelong skill for me.
Hmm.
And then when I realized, okay, I'd like some things to be different in my life, I took time to do personality tests
Yeah.
or leadership tests, things that I was able to say, oh, I didn't know that about myself. Or that made me go, huh, to be able to actually figure out, well, who am I? Who do I want to be? How do I want to be in the world? And then figure out what I'm still holding on to, right? Because forgiveness gives us freedom. And when we
Yeah.
go through the forgiveness process, we
Hmm.
release, we heal. So yoga does that with us and for us when we're on the mat, both in an
Yeah.
emotional and spiritual. But then when we actually dive in and we say, yeah, okay, I'm going to do the work, and these are the things I want to release and let go of, we're able to release old patterns and really open up to what our full potential is and our possibilities in life. And so for me, that was the process. I started learning more about myself, went through a number of programs in self-development, and
Hmm.
then went through a coaching program, said I really enjoy that,
Yeah. Hmm.
and built my own routines to feel fully myself in everyday life.
I love it. I love it. You're gonna ring the victory bell for that. If you're watching on the live, you get to thrive, and if you're on the replay, you get to play again. Give us some hearts, give us some likes, so that we know that you're there and that you care, and also that we are creating impact for you. So now, Emily, you have a little gift that you want to share with everybody. I would love to be able to explain this link, but you're gonna do a much better job than me. So why don't you tell the audience when they click on that link, what are they gonna get?
Yeah, so I've compiled a list of self development tools, self discovery tools, so
Yeah.
that a person can go in and say, oh, okay, I want to know more about my childhood traumas. Let me look that one up, test it
Hmm.
out. And how can I heal those? Or I want to know more about my leadership skills. What fits in that realm? That's where I'd like to grow. And typically, I like to think about it in four different areas: health and well being, love and relationships, time and money, freedom, where we'd like to feel happy, and
Ah,
vocation or purpose. And if you
got it.
can think about those areas, you kind of pick the ones that you might want to focus on, but it's a whole list with links and a short description so folks can go and say, yep, here I'm starting my journey and I'm going to learn a little bit more about myself.
Oh, that sounds beautiful. I love it. Make sure you click that link down below. For those that are on the podcast, it'll be in the show notes, or on YouTube, it'll be in the banner. If it's somewhere else, you guys are smart. You will find it. I have no doubt. So let's continue on, and let's talk about the softer side of Sears. I would love to get to know you more as a person. Now, reason why is I always say people join a person, not a business, right? People always join the person for the content, but they stay because they feel a connection. So tell us a little bit more about, like, where did you grow up and how did you grow up?
Yeah, I grew up in Iowa, so small town, less than 5,000. We lived
Ah,
in the country, so the closest
mm,
neighbor was
of the
a
country.
walk away. So when you said I had to walk to school with barefooted, not really, but years before, of course they did. Yeah, to the
Yeah.
schoolhouses and such. So it was beautiful. I have a lovely family. My parents are wonderful. And I'm very grateful for the experience of being able to see the beauty of the Midwest. After that, I
Mhm.
did spend some time traveling because I do like to travel and see culture and learn about different people and different cultures as well. And that kind
Mhm.
of enriches who I am and reignites my internal part of, yes, this is who I am and how I want to be. And so it was a lovely time. I spent some time on the farm for my grandparents and
Oh, nice.
carrying buckets. You know, they talk about
Mhm.
for longevity, you want to
Yeah,
do the farmer's carry. Well,
we'll do
I was
farmers work. Yeah.
practicing when I was like 8.
Oh, wow.
so, so yeah, it was good. Um, Lots of cows and things like that. It was a dairy farm, typically the one that we visited, but it was a beautiful place. So,
Oh, that's awesome. Then, so now growing up, like that sounds like such a fun childhood. Like I always talk about, like when I grew up in India, like, just the kind of a difference in terms of like where we were growing up, where it was very poor, versus coming to America once my dad became a dentist, and we had good lifestyle then bringing up makes you appreciate what a unique change that is. And for anybody out there, when you travel, that opens your mind in a way to see, wow, I didn't realize how much I have. Well, I came from the opposite way. I came from really, really third world poor to coming to America, and it took years, but my dad established his practice, and then we were set. But it every time we go back to visit, we say, yes, we are also blessed. And so, tell me a little bit more about growing up. Was there any sort of like a book or maybe even like a movie that inspired you to become kind of who you are today?
Ooh, I don't know if there is a specific movie, but I do love Mary Poppins, and
Oh,
there's so
great
much
movie.
imagination in it,
Yep. Uh-huh.
and the concept of, okay, you know, spoonful of sugar, I definitely follow that. I don't necessarily take the sugar every day, but,
Yep.
we've gotta celebrate. We've also gotta keep things clean. The imagination in life is what we make it is
Right.
pretty important. Every day is part of that. My dad was also pretty big into personal development. My mom was
Hmm.
very, very nurturing. So both of those were very, very good and
Oh,
helpful
nice.
as well to be able to inspire where I'm at today.
And you know what? Growing up, was there a mentor or maybe like a quote that you kind of like lived by? Something that kind of like was your guiding light or your guiding anthem?
I don't know if I realized it at the time, but I
Yeah.
do use it today.
Yeah.
Before we got on the bus every day to ride into school, my dad would have us say, I like myself, I like myself. Today's going to be a great day, and I'm going to make it that way. And that was setting the affirmation and the internal clock and mindset to say, hey, you're responsible and you're part of this process and you're a lovely human being. So I feel like I still use that today with enthusiasm in anything I do. And
Hmm.
um, I did love mystery books. So
Oh
those
yeah.
were fun too. Solving problems has been part of the process the whole time.
We
Okay.
were you one of the Nancy Drew kids or Babysitters Club or Hardy Boys or Encyclopedia Brown. All I remember those back in the day.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
those and there's a book, about Mandy, I don't know, she was, like, one of the ones I had to read all of them, or
Hmm.
the Boxcar Kids, yes.
Yeah. Oh, I remember the Boxcar Kids. Yep, that was another good one too. Yeah, my sister, or no, not my sister, my daughter was talking about the Boxcar Kids when she was in, I forget exactly when, younger. And I remember thinking like those kind of books that just like the books that change your life. Like the first time I read The Hobbit, I thought, oh my God, this is an amazing, fantastical, magical story. I wish there were more. And my English teacher was so surprised. She said, oh, finally, a student that actually wants to do more. So she actually lent me her copies of The Lord of the Rings. And I've read that series, God, at least a dozen times over the years. Every other year, every couple of years, I would reread the entire series, and then of course, then now Harry Potter came out, and I'm big into sci-fi fantasy stuff. So it's it's always been fun when you find a great series or a great book, great characters to really be a part of that. Um, uh, 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 More recently, my God, the Game of Thrones uh,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
series,
The
and
Redwood, I feel like I don't know, did you ever read that one? The Redwood
no,
series? Where,
no, I have
it's
not.
a maybe not sci-fi, but a little more
Okay.
fantasy for sure, yeah.
Got it. Okay. What about what's your favorite kind of music? I always find this fascinating.
So this is a fabulous question, and what I'll tell you is it's changed over time. I feel like
Yep.
we all go through transitions in life. I grew up with mostly country and some like 80s music, of course,
Yep.
and
Hmm.
then a little bit of 90s. As I went into college and was like, oh, I'm on my own, I can do my own things. I feel like I explored hip hop and some of that. These days, I do mostly sound healing if I'm listening to stuff or like
Yeah.
harp music. If
Really?
I'm
Ah.
in the car and just need something to jam to, Sia's Unstoppable is pretty popular on my playlist,
Oh yeah,
or
that's a
I'll
good
listen to
song.
some country too, and it's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, my wife likes Sia's it's no, no, Cheap Thrills, the Friday night song. We used to joke
Oh,
around when she called it, come on, it's Friday night, blah blah blah, and we always have a good time when we're making dinner. We'll put that on, or something fun like a boy band song. From what's the song? What's the song? You are my fire.
Yes.
And we'll dance around to that in the kitchen, just have a good time. But that's what makes our life fun, really. So we're getting near the end of our section. We're gonna have to shift over shortly. What is it that you want people to recall about you?
So, really, what I enjoy people knowing is that I
Hmm.
really care about people. And it's super
Yeah.
important to me that you're successful, just like I'm building my own success and really
Yep. Hmm.
involved in that. And so that's super important. Starting with water every day and a smile is a great way, as well as gratitude.
Definitely.
And those are super, super things to just get it started. The little habits will really build up and be successful for the later. And believe in people. And that's important too.
Absolutely. Oh, I love that. Thank you. Beautifully said. So before we send you over, like I want to ask, like, what is your favorite food? Because I always find this is always a fun question.
Bananas.
Bananas. Are
Yeah,
you kidding?
actually, I put that on a lot of things because, yeah, I have at least one a day, and they're absolutely delicious. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna call. Let's see. Hello, Whole Foods. Yeah, like we need a fruit platter. Make sure extra bananas. Okay, that's totally real
Yes.
call. So Emily, we're gonna send you over to the green room while we shift gears. So thank you so much for being here and being so amazing. You're gonna ring the victory bell, and we're gonna bring it right back. So while Emily's over there waiting, how about let's start a 60-second mind shift and start to make a splash in your life.
When you throw a rock into a lake, what happens? No, there's a splash. You make an impact, and then you get waves. And then you don't know where those waves are going. Those waves are going past around the reeds, and you don't know where that impact is. So all of you out there, when you're on stage, you don't know where your impact is going to end. It's never going to end.
All right, folks. So we were talking about earlier about shifting and creating a new version of your life, trying to transcend. And a lot of that begins with creating a mind shift as opposed to a mindset. So I want you to think about the difference of this. When you wake up in the morning, you have a mindset. Your mindset is like, what are you thinking that way? What are you feeling that way? What is the way that you're perceiving the day ahead? And I would like to akin that to mindset in cement, and we want to shift to a higher frequency. So even though this is Victory Mindset Academy, in the future it's going to be Victory Mind Shift Academy, because it's really what I'm doing is creating that new mind shift so that you can get out of the state of where you are, where you're feeling stuck, or you're feeling that you need to grow, you need to break out of that box of fear that's been built up for you. So think about this as you go forward. We are not going to create a mindset. We already have a mindset. What we're doing is we are providing tools and strategies and perceptual techniques so that we can understand ourselves more coherently, and also understand people more coherently. So as soon as we do that, we start to realize that business growth is actually 90% personal growth, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I know. I see you guys out there nodding. Yep, you know it. So thanks so much for being here. And let's see if Emily is enjoying all of her food. So Emily, welcome back. How was all the food? Did you save me any? Oh, you're still muted. Sorry. Go ahead.
It was lovely. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Okay, good. I probably have to call them again, like order some more. I have to eat some more bananas in my diet. All right. So what did you think about our 60-second mind shift, and what would you add to it?
It's beautiful. I agree with the mindset and the mind shift. When we can create something positive out of whatever experience we're having, that's what's going to continue to resonate on the frequency for us when we are connected to spirit and what spirit does here. And I'll also add that that's where, when we have the understanding of ourselves and of others, that's where the inner peace and the external peace expands beyond just us for the ripple effects too, which is really, really lovely.
Oh, I do. I love that. That's beautifully said. So, folks, if you've enjoyed Emily's company as much as I have, make sure you click down below, grab a free gift, and start that journey of self-discovery. And for those that are still here, remember, it's not only the first step. It's not only the destination. It's continuing every single day. It's that small steps, 1% a day, is over 365% improvement over a year. That is fast. People don't realize baby steps, small steps are fast. It's the consistency that grows you so much faster. We joke around, if I give you a penny a day for 30 days, or do you want $1 million? What would you pick? The average person would pick $1 million, right? Well, that penny, which is going to double every day for 30 days, at the end of 30 days is $5 million. And if you pick a longer month, 31 days, you now have $10 million. So think about that as you go forward, is that the exponential compounding effect of making 1% improvements every single day. So Emily, we are so happy to have had you here. I want to actually one more question before we head off. If someone were to give you a blank check with unlimited resources, how would you change the world? What's your grand vision?
Yeah, so that's a wonderful thing. My grand vision would be partially working through mental health, helping support kids, giving them that information up front, knowledge, education, so they can do what they need to for later. And in the meantime, giving people time to spend on their own healing and self-development. So not just vacation, but actual time where we can focus and journal and go through that without having to worry about what their income is or anything else, because that'll allow us to have the peace in a grander scheme.
Oh, I love it. That's beautiful. Yes, I hope we can do that in the world as well. Give people an opportunity, safe space to relax and to just figure out who they want to be, so they can become the best version of them for all of us, for all of humanity, really. And by the way, my public my public service announcement is always going to be: don't forget, people, that there is no race. We are all on planet Earth. There's only one race. It's called the human race. So we're all in it together, right? All right. So Emily, thank you so much for being here. You've been an amazing guest. Those that are watching on the live, don't forget, you can subscribe, and on the replay, you can play again. So make sure you leave some comments down below, like some other people have. And, think about where you want to go with your 1% a day. Think about what's the journey, where's it going to take you. You've heard the saying, it's not the destination, it's the journey. It's actually both, right? But change your language to say, I'll be happy when I reach a finish line, to instead saying, I'll be happy while I'm working to the finish line. That way you get to be happy all the time, right? Okay, Emily, thank you so much. You've been amazing. I'm Coach Raja. As always, don't fake it till you make it. Instead, believe it and become it. And we'll see everybody on the next show. All right, bye-bye. All right. Great job. All right. 3 quick questions for you, then we're out of here. Emily, why did you want to be on the show today? What was your driving reason to be here today?
So for me, it's a great way to share and develop, but also a good connection too. I think it's great about what you're doing and how that supports the world and being better for our best version of ourselves too, because it takes a lot of courage to do that. And I feel like that's an example of who you are and what you do.
It is. Thank you for that. Yeah. And what was your biggest takeaway from the training or any part of the show today?
I really enjoyed how you tied it all together, actually. It's a great way. You have the great opening, and then everything comes together through the mindset shift. And then at the ending, we even have some great messaging too. So it's all positive and good encouragement too, which is lovely.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that. And of course, a totally unbiased question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you refer me to somebody else's show?
Oh, definitely. So I guess I got to give a number, but yeah. So 10 would be wonderful. And if you need their names, let me know.
Absolutely. Oh, I can't wait. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. All right. Podcast crew knows what to do. And I love all you guys. Go out there and be more human. Okay?